Alrighty, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Priscilla, and I'm here today with an interesting challenge. Now, I've seen people do this before, whether it's on Pinterest or there's a YouTube channel called Pignet, and this one girl did this challenge with her boyfriend, husband. I think she said husband, I'm not exactly sure, but so they did this challenge where they made all these watercolor blobs and then they turned them into something that they saw out of the blobs. Now it's kind of like when you look up into the sky and you see the clouds and you're just like, oh, that looks like this and this looks like this. So that's what this felt like to me. Also, it really reminds me of the scribble challenge that's going around right now. And I thought, well, I'd rather do this than the scribble challenge where you literally take a pencil, you scribble out a line, and then you build up a design around that or a character around that scribble line. I mean, it's always interesting to watch and see what artists come up with and everything. But I was like, I want to do a scribble challenge, but at the same time, I feel like the blob challenge with watercolor might be a little bit more interesting. And it was extremely interesting because I was looking at these blobs and I was thinking, well, what am I seeing? And I've seen these pictures on Pinterest of these watercolor blobs with birds or little monsters or everything. And this guy particularly, I saw Baymax, but then I thought, no, he looks like a little different furry monster. And I was recently watching Paddington, so it just all connected together that he looked like a teddy bear monster to me. So I was like, this is just so weird how my mind is working. And then I looked over at this blob, and the way that the water separated the color from it, it looked like a phoenix to me. So I was like, well, how am I gonna draw a phoenix out of this bubble looking shape? So I thought that was really interesting that it looked like fire inside of a bubble. And I was like, well, why don't we just put a phoenix inside of a bubble? And this guy, he reminded me of, I don't know if you guys have seen the most recent tsunami, all the oddball fish that washed up on shore. He reminded me of the big nosed fish that looked like he had a human face, but he had this ginormous nose on his face. So I was like, that looks interesting. And I think I'm still a little bit hung up on Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. So I was seeing a lot of Harry Potter creatures as well. So I thought of Harry's Patronus, and I saw the deer, and I also thought this kind of looks like a Pokemon and everything. It's just funny how you look at these shapes. Like I said before, you don't know how your brain's exactly working, but it tests your creativity levels a little bit because you're looking at this and you're thinking, well, this reminds me of this and this and this, and what you're currently inspired on and everything. Like, I saw an elephant, but I didn't have enough room to draw a full elephant body, so I thought, well, maybe it's a clown elephant or something with a little itty bitty body, and it's just so weird. I will go ahead and say that I wanted to make this challenge a little bit more challenging, so that's why I decided to go with my Staedtler pens and use ink as opposed to sketching out with a pencil. Oh, this is what I'm seeing. Maybe I should sketch this out and then ink it later. And I thought, that's no fun. Let's just go ahead and jump right in and ink this. So once again, I was seeing a lot of sea creatures and just strange looking insects like this. I thought, when I saw this thing, I thought of one of those makeup brushes that you use, really fancy makeup brushes they used to use back in the Victorian ages, that they used to use to powder their face and everything, and some of them really fancy looking. So I saw that insect bug thing, and then this guy, I saw a ghost with a conductor's hat. And I was like, I don't know, maybe he goes around on the ghost train. And of course I saw a dog face in this Dalmatian that I'm making right now. I definitely saw a dog face, the nose and everything. And I went around and I was touching up on a couple of things, just inking them in a little bit more and everything, just giving them a couple more more profound features so we can actually see what we're looking at. This one, I just saw Darla from Finding Nemo, and I was like, well, I see a Darla here. And this one was really interesting because I saw hair, and I thought, the first thing I saw was this little girl's hair and how it could be curly and like her holding a match. And then I thought it'd be cute to draw like one of the bubbles later on. You'll see like a little creature like reaching out to the flame of the match. And the main thing that I really wanted to do, once you will see eventually, is I wanted all these little creatures I was making on this page with all the blobs, I wanted them to all somehow be interacting with each other in some kind of way. And I gotta say, I was running out of ideas for the circle blobs. Now I can see why I should have made them a little bit bigger and larger, or connect a couple of them together, because the circle blobs, they were just a little bit boring to me. But this challenge was extremely fun. It was challenging, and it was interesting to see how my mind was actually thinking, like, where did this character come from, and what in the world was I thinking when I said, let's make this weird looking frog or something. Or I think my favorite thing that I drew was definitely the weird looking koala bear that I made. He's just so cute and he looks like a little Tsum Tsum. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, and I really hope you guys will give this a go, because it just challenges your artistic creativity levels beyond all belief, and it's just fun to sit down, and it's a good drawing exercise. So I hope you guys will give it a try. Have a wonderful day. Bye!